Alright, we had some technical difficulties. It's my fault entirely. And so we're starting to roll this back now and make sure that the dowel doesn't go on top of this thing, because otherwise you'll have a dowel that's like uneven, you know. So what we're just doing is I'm just going slowly backwards here, and with my other hand I'm going to be just gently testing to see how much tension, make sure this is sort of even the whole way. I'm not going to push down on it because that'll mess it all up and make certain spots really loose. And then from time to time I'm going to make sure the paper isn't, you know, it's hard to see. The paper doesn't like get all wonky. And Josh's job
is to hold this but not keep it tight, because if you keep it tight you're going to make the tension uneven on the loom. The tension needs to be determined by this. Also, you notice that after we're done winding it and we're tightening it on the other side, you'll notice that, you know, some other stuff when we get to that. That's how you notice it when we get to it.
Do you still want to try holding this and filling me on this end while I turn it, or do you want to... I could set it over there.
I want to keep holding on this because it'll move.
Alright, well let me set this up here and see what happens.
Why don't you set it on the books?
Because if I sit on the books, it's wicked high.
Oh, okay.
Because if I sit it up here, well, I guess no, I'm afraid of it falling down. That way we'll see. See, what we see here in this frame is like where I'm sitting to the end of the table. You're not in it right now.
Let's keep going here. This is actually 80 inches right here. This is 80 inches of yarn on my warp, but since, you know, it's a little tight on there, it's actually shrunk a little bit. When I put it under tension, it should get up back to 80 inches again. Also remember that you need about anywhere, depending on your loom, anywhere from 10 to 15 inches of waste that you won't be able to weave.
Here up to there.
And, you know, from, you know, parts that you clip off and tie and everything. So you make a lot of waste yarn. And I'm keeping a bag of it right now. I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
You're going to stuff animals with it or something.
Yeah, make stuffed animals with a bunch of loose yarn. Also, you know, I use the waste yarn, the longer pieces to tie my stuff and other things, you know. I don't know what else you can do with short pieces of yarn, but one of these days we'll figure it out.
Probably just
throw it away.
Throw it away, I don't know. What I'm doing also on this end is not only am I trying to keep the each string sort of equidistant from each other, when you roll it back, they'll sometimes double up on top of each other, so I try to make sure every now and then that this is pretty flat along the top surface of the beam as I'm turning. So, can I keep going, or are you coming back?
No, this is, I'm standing right in the air conditioning stream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just flick it off.
No.
So now you're getting cold?
Well, I was sweating, so now. But anyway, they don't need to hear all that.
I can't edit it. I don't have any software to edit it. What'll happen sometimes is that it'll catch more in certain spaces in the heddle. You'll see also, if you notice, the heddle's falling back towards me because is this in the right position?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
It's in the lock position.
Okay. But you'll notice it's being pulled back towards me. There's a lot of tension coming through it. So
the last part is always a string right here.
Yeah. You want to. It's really loose right now. If you want to hold it a little bit back more.
I mean, you want me to...
Just this one, yeah.
You just want to take that off?
No, because you want it through here, don't you? I don't know. Just hold on to it a bit. If it's wicked bad, we'll get rid of it later, I guess. Oh, my paper's getting off. It could also be that we're just perfectionists, and normal people just have sort of wongy warps and wongy stuff, and don't spend all this time freaking out about, you know.
Well, the more time you spend warping, the easier the weaving goes, because there's nothing worse than having your warp get all the tension all messed up, and you know, you get loose threads, and it just starts looking horrible.
And it feels kind of loose in right here compared to the rest of it, but alright, I'm going to keep going because otherwise we'll be here all day. They're both spreading out away from each other right now. Both are pieces of they're going diagonally off each other.
That's awesome.
This is frustrating. I don't know, man. It's getting more and more closer to the end.
Better than that than it falling off.
What? Yeah, and rather that than it fall off, but at the same time.
Because if your strings fall off the end, then you're just like, ah.
My hair is coming too.
I told you, your hair is everywhere.
I know. See, I mean, this is going to be ripping and stuff on this side, like that. I guess that's all I can.
Yeah, I guess that's all you can do about it.
Yeah. Unless I could actually unroll the bottom of it. But I can't.
No, I can't help you over here.
I know you can't. I don't have enough hands. I need like 10 arms to do anything useful.
Who's got prehensile toes? Love you.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. We actually had cut this piece that's wicked long. We actually cut it to size in the past. It's actually a nice, it goes in about 2 inches over here. It's right now it's folding. Uh-oh, wait, I gotta do something about this because it's actually gonna interfere with the ratcheting system. So let me just back it off a bit.
Don't bang it off too much.
I'm not. I just wanted to continue this trend of cutting the side of this down to size. It's so much nicer. Actually, I shouldn't use these. They're thingies on
Yeah,
there.
they're like good scissors.
Well, I don't want to send you off for more because we'll lose more time.
Don't cut it too close.
I'm not. I just wanted to get started there and see what happens. Okay. Alright. Let's keep moving, I guess. That's better too. Now they're not squished up with each other. Anyways, then we keep it going. Keep it going, keep it going. This. Keep it going. This is going to be one of the more boring videos.
Yeah, you probably want to skip the last half of this.
Yeah. I'll let you know in the description of the video if anything actually happens beyond this point in the video. That seems like no way to go about doing it. Information in the sidebar.
Can you put captions up? Are you allowed to do that?
So you can put captions during it and just say, you know, if you want to stop watching here, a bubble will pop up and you say, if you want to stop watching this, there's nothing useful after this point.
Nothing
Fast
to
forward
see
to 5 minutes
here.
in.
Move along.
Now my paper is getting caught between my chair legs.
Yeah, one of these days we might wise up and actually move the table to the middle of the room while we're doing this.
Why?
So you can have like, you know, right here, so I can stand.
Oh, so you can stand farther back and yeah.
And you can be.
Yeah, this is where we lost our strands. You'll see some of them are really crossing around each other because of.
It'll all be sorted out.
We'll sort it out after because we're going to cut all those ends off and then retie from here out. So don't worry too much if you have mishaps like we have.
And there will be a lot.
There will be mishaps. We've had.
Because basically you have to get.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I told you. Someone needs to vacuum.
You like cleaning stuff, right?
Yeah, but I work for a living.
Oh! See, he's so mean to me. He's horrible to me. I don't know why I married you.
I'm being nice right now.
Alright. This is going over that, but that's okay.
See, back when I used to live by myself, I didn't have any furniture, so I usually ended up sitting on the floor. So usually I noticed how clean it was.
I have improved your life, and you complain about it.
Yes.
It's not as clean because you don't notice it as often being dirty. Look at how bad this is getting.
I just had to get a backup light or something and fix it.
Yeah. It's coming to be over here soon. Alright, is that good, or do you want a little bit more? A little more? We're gonna get, this is gonna start getting too tight if I pull it through because it's got all this.
Yeah, this is about it.
Alright, let me, if I can find... Get the red scissors so I can grab it. Ah, you're gonna hurt me with that back, so I hope you know.
Stab, stab, stab.
Alright, I can get out of the way because he's gonna start stabbing things. Alright, can I get out? Thank you for sheathing the blade while I move by you.
I can't trust where you'll walk.
True. So, to give a better idea of what we're doing is we're trying to even up,
Cardboard. Yeah. This happens a lot, but, you know, cardboard's just not
If we had it, for some reason, every time we measured it and cut it, it was slightly off, so we've had numerous attempts at making an even roll. This one's a thinner roll. It's just, I think, too thin.
It'll be easier when you have a longer warp. As long as your roll isn't as long as your warp, then you don't have to be very precise with your paper. But since it is, as long it's 16-inch wide, we need our paper to be exactly 17 inches. And every time we cut it, it gets a little crooked or something like that, so we're off and it goes all over the place. But the thing about it is you want it as wide as possible because you don't want your strings falling off, because if your strings fall off, then you get uneven tension again, which is your enemy.
Quite.
I'll just slice my fingers off.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself.
The emergency room people are like, what happened? Here, let me show you.
Yeah, I have a video of it, so you know exactly what happened. That'd be useful. Maybe I should film all of you. All of your exploits.
Report everything else in my life that I do.
No, I don't. This is the first video I've taken of you in months.
That I know about.
Oh, yeah! Oh, there's... No, I'm not that bad.
I'm trying to be careful not to cut my loom.
Yeah, don't cut the loom. Don't have to go too deep down. I mean, I'm gonna move before you smack me in the face with that knife.
3D TV! Slice.
It's almost like it actually hit the camera. Oh, wait.
TV's so real you could hear the cameraman scream.
This looks messy on the front, but that'll get fixed. And I'm just, I guess I'll stop. This is a 13-minute video already. I'm going to stop so that anything interesting that happens doesn't happen in this video.